Hello and welcome back to Tekkit Tekkit Speedrun with me, James ES. Today is the actual day that we're working on the Space Center, or working towards it. And I'm happy to say that finally the train tunnel has been dug. Well, it hasn't yet. By the end of this episode, the train tunnel will have been dug, which is awesome, right? So yeah, there's a lot of digging in this episode. And yes, more oil, which is good, I guess, but it's also a pain in the ass because it meant I had to wait around for it all to get sucked up and there was loads of gravel in the way, blah, 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 blah. It got done. That's what matters, right? It got done. And yeah, so it's all good. Me getting rid of the old waypoints, because to be honest, there's loads of redundant ones, and I just don't want to overcrowd the map. I only want the ones that I actually need. It doesn't make sense to have all of these different waypoints everywhere. So yeah, really, this is pretty much it. The meat of the episode is me digging. I'm not gonna lie, but you know, it's at 4 times speed. It's not so bad, and just think how awesome it's going to be once it's finished. You're watching a lot of work get done very quickly, which is pretty cool. That's the whole point of this sort of sped up speedrun, I guess, time lapse of building a huge space empire is what I'm kind of going for with this. It's episode 17 now, which means I've got, well, after this, episode 20 is going to be a musical episode, as promised. I have no idea what that's gonna be like, but hey, I'll cross the bridge when I come to it. Also, update on uploads and stuff. If you follow my channel at all, you'll notice I've been doing the playing random games thing, and it's been so much fun. Like, for different reasons to sort of Tekkit. I enjoy Tekkit because I get an idea. Usually I think about it like when I'm struggling to sleep or whatever, which happens a lot. I'm actually really knackered right now because I only slept for 4 hours, but it's fine. And then I think, I could build this, but then usually the process of actually making it a reality is quite, it can be a bit tedious, and it's so much cooler seeing it sped up, to be honest, because I want to keep this going daily for a year to see just like how far it comes, and I reckon imagine 2017. Imagine what the Christmas episodes are going to be like then. Jeez, imagine what the base is going to be like. It's crazy. You know, the server gets backed up and stuff, so I'm not worried about that. We can handle updates because the mods I can update to. The mods are ahead of this. Mod packs, the ones that I've installed, but I've installed older versions on it, so there'll actually be an improvement in a way, and really easy to put in. But yeah, in the future, who knows, with better hardware and things like that, I could have more players on the server and things like that. But for now, it's just sort of a local thing. It'll be just me and my brother playing in the house when he finally actually gets his new computer, which is just mysteriously not turned up yet. But yeah, so that'd be cool. As long as he doesn't wreck my shit, I don't care. But the idea is to build such an expansive empire that no one can touch it, or it would take so much effort to grief it that yeah, that's kind of the idea. Obviously, the main base is quite easily griefable, and griefers can be quite creative. I know that. From past experience. But yeah, so yeah, I've been playing all these other games, and it's so exciting playing completely random games, because you never know, like, when you load up the game, quite what you're in for. I get most of them from Game Jolt, and is that it? I've reached the end of the tunnel. Oh, cool. It's quite exciting because some of them are really bad, but you can tell quite quickly, and then it's like stop the recording, this is just pointless. Like, some of them are like, it's just so bad that they don't even have comedy value for being bad. Others are bad but in a funny way, and I'll upload those kind of games. I really enjoy like story games, the ones that are a bit different. Like, I've discovered I really love recording indie games, and I have much more fun doing it than I ever have done making videos. So, like yesterday, I just went on a complete binge. I was recording game after game after game of these just games that I've never heard of before. I was literally like, the last one I did, which the render failed, which really pissed me off because it was a 45-minute episode, which means it took almost 4 hours to render. And then it always sort of messes up right at the end when the rendering fails. It just happens sometimes. You do it again, it's fine. But it was kind of annoying because I can't really do much else while I'm waiting for things to render. So that pissed me off a little bit. That was a game called Ira, but this isn't about that. But yeah, oh god, I was gonna make a point, but I can't remember what it was. Oh, there goes the oil. This means I'm gonna have to risk my life to make a waypoint and then go and get all the pumping gear and get up there and pump up all the oil, basically. Like I said, there's loads of oil really close by, but the reason that I went out on my oil exploration episodes was so that I could explore the world and hopefully eventually find a village, because I want to build up the village and I want to build part of the rail network going there. I think it'd be really cool. But yeah, no, I'm loving these games, like really enjoying the variety. The horror ones are really exciting, actually. More so than, like, I've played horror games alone before, like not doing the recordings, and it's completely different when you're recording. You find yourself having to be bolder, and I get jump scared and stuff really easily because I don't play many horror games. I imagine over time that my threshold will probably go up a little bit and I won't be such a wuss, but I don't know. I think as long as the volume's loud enough, it's good. It's exciting. It's fun, and it's complete mystery, and it keeps things exciting for me anyway. Keeps because you never know what to expect when you open these games, and some of them could be like really good, and making these videos is sort of like, I mean, I'd say it's a shared experience, but for the moment it's just sort of me sort of having these experiences, and albeit virtual ones. I don't know, I've just come to love games so much more in like the last week, and it's a shame. Well, it's not a shame. I mean, okay, so today I find out whether or not I'm going to be starting a job, which will be it will be full-time Monday to Friday sort of thing, so I'm not going to have time to play loads of new games. I'm literally, if I'm lucky, I'll be able to keep the regular the Tekkit series going, even though in a way I'd kind of like to alternate or whatever. It just takes more time to put together the random games, if that makes sense. And also, I pledged that I would keep up daily episodes of this regardless, because I do want to see by 2017 how far things have got. So yeah, the other job that I've got an interview for tomorrow, if I don't get this admin one, will be a 16-hour-a-week contract, which is like, I mean, that'd be ideal, because that way I'm making enough money for me to pay my bills and to even save a bit, and in addition to that, I'll have plenty of time to play loads and loads of games and make loads and loads of videos, which is what I want to do. just for the fun of it, just for fun. Like, that's it. That I'd be happy with just that for this year, because you know I've got sort of, because of my financial plans, I just need a way to pass the time in a way that doesn't involve me spending too much money. So like not getting drunk and going out, and you know I'd say I probably enjoy more, even I might even go as far as to say some, like compared to some, I mean it depends on the night and who you're with and stuff like that, but in some ways I'd rather like play a random game that I've never played before that's got like an exciting story or is really terrifying and make a video of it than go out and get drunk, because it's just the same every time. Maybe that's my age speaking, I don't know, but I look forward to doing stuff like that in the future. Anyway, yeah, that's my future plans. Seriously, these Tekkit episodes have just become more like me rambling while shit's going on in the background, but more focused on what's actually happening in the episode and on the series. Obviously I'm still draining this freaking oil. It will get done. There we go. That's it. I couldn't really continue. Well, I could have. At this point I could have. I didn't realise it until like a few minutes later that I could have just jumped down and carried on working. So my plan for this bit is to have it's like the London Underground, if you've ever been on it. They have escalators, big escalators going up. I'm going to have that going up to my launch centre from this little platform. And I'm going to have one going up, one going down, obviously, using, what are they called? Conveyor belts. Like I said I was going to do with the main staircase and the main base, but yeah, I'm going to do it here instead for the launch centre, because I want the launch centre to look extra high tech and fancy, as if, you know, we were going to take people on tours around it or something. That's why it's going to be built underwater, and like I'd like to say glass domes as sort of observatories and stuff. Like, been watching Subnautica and stuff like that. I'd like to build kind of structures like that under there, but realistically it's probably just going to be blocks. And then obviously the launch silos themselves, because there's going to be more than one rocket, they're going to be quite interesting, because they're going to involve using redstone, you know, pistons. I'm going to have a whole like launch procedure where the pilot has to say that he's launching, it sets an alarm off, there's a timer that synchronizes with the rocket's takeoff, so that the doors open at the right time, so when the rocket goes up it doesn't just crash into the doors. Even though I know it'd be fine if it did do that, but you don't want the water to come down before the rocket takes off. It should be really interesting to see what happens. And I want the areas to seal off as this happens, so that the water doesn't flood the base. And then for it to have a reset switch so that it closes. Anyway guys, that's it for this episode. It's me, James ES, carrying on with Tekkit Speedrun. See you later.